If you are living out in rural America and you are not keeping up with high tech, that could come back to bite you in the booty. You know what I mean? You're like, no, I don't know what you mean. Well, I'm going to tell you why you need to keep up with high tech. And it probably will surprise you. Now, in today's day and age, you can get internet just about anywhere. There's Starlink, yeah, it costs a little more. But you're living out in the country, right? Should be cheaper to live that way. Not always. There are things available. Now, I just recently got high-speed fiber. It doesn't get any better than that, and I love it. And I'm going to tell you how high-tech is my place and how high-tech is it going to get. First, I'm going to get a drink of coffee. Yeah, there's my friend, Mr. Rogers. Put hot coffee in there, and he comes out of a suit. Yeah, and he goes into his sweater because it's a wonderful day in my neighborhood. Just right. Now, when I first moved here 11 years ago, I didn't have internet. If I wanted to make a cell phone call, I had to walk out to the road, and even then, it was sketchy. You would be lucky. Most times, I would have to wait until I got to town. And not anymore. Now that I have fiber, and once you have a good, solid, fast internet, everything else can connect with it. You have to have an app for everything today. And I mean everything. I had just recently bought a new car that's got an app. I can sit here and pull this app up for my new car. I can see how much oil's in it, how good the oil is. I can see if the doors are locked. I can start it with my app. I can turn on the wipers. I can do all. I haven't even discovered half the things I can do with my app for my car yet. You got a new washing machine. You got a new dryer. There's an app for that. A refrigerator. You could probably drop poop out an ice cube with an app right out of your refrigerator. Now, I ain't that fancy yet. But what I do have is all my TVs are smart TVs. Well, I only have one that I really watch. And, you know, everything is controlled through Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You got to have at least a basic knowledge of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Because everything you buy now and everything you're going to buy in the future is like that. And if you fall behind, you're going to be lost. And you're going to be calling your grandson or your son, how you do this? Well, it says it's got an app. You got to keep up with high tech. Now, I know a lot of you are like, they're tracking me. They're tracking me. I think the government's got better things to do than track our old decrepit butts. You know, I would think so. I don't really care. I haven't done anything wrong, so let them track me. If that's, you know, that's what they want to do, let them track me. They know where I'm at anyway. They've known where I've been for years. There's nowhere to hide on this planet. So you might as well get up with the high tech. Maybe you might get smart enough where they can't track you. Now, my phone, I just found this out the other day. I can be driving down the road. When I put this phone in that car, the car becomes the phone. Okay, every app I want on that car that's on my phone can be in that car. So I can pull up all the cameras that I have here. I can check in on my dogs from driving down the road. I can even talk to my dogs because the camera's got speakers. I can see what's going on. If somebody were to walk on the property, guess what? I know about it, even if I'm driving down the road. Isn't that cool? I know, seems like it's a lot to keep up with, but it really isn't once you get used to it. I think that's the biggest part, is adjusting to the technology. You really have to take the time and just play with whatever it is you got. Now, I installed some lights when I built the addition that well, this is the addition here. Below me is a new room. I turned a screen patio into an all-year room. And I put in these lights. And these lights have an app. I can be sitting in my recliner, and say I have my lights on. I don't want them on. I'm watching a TV show. I want to soften the mood, you know, so me and my dogs are comfortable. Because there ain't no woman in this house, you know. There ain't going to be no romantic mood here going on. But I want a soft lighting effect. Well, I just get on my phone, doodle it on there. Yeah, I can do that from my phone. I can be in Jamaica and turn my lights on at my house in the boonies. You know what I mean? Who would ever thought you could do something like that? I could do more than that in Jamaica. If I was in Jamaica and left my car here, I could start the car. If I seen a burglar and that dude was walking up, I could honk the horn or start the car. Wouldn't that be cool to watch him do that? Then I'd get on the cameras and yell at him. May not be here. I imagine in the future I might be able to set up some things that might knock him down. Who knows? But I've never been one to shy away from technology. You're going to have to use it. If you have thoughts of doing YouTube, of any kind of video conferencing, work from home, you need high tech. You need to learn how to use it. It isn't that difficult. It really isn't. And as far as cost, now I'm getting fiber and my TV, you know, or my what do I get with them? My electric and fiber is all wrapped into one. And it's about $275 a month. So the internet's $92 a month, and then my electric averages $150 a month. So that is not bad. I was paying $145 a month for Starlink. Now Starlink has come down in price, so there are packages that are a lot less now if you live rural. Starlink works very good. It's not as fast as fiber, but it's fast enough to run anything on Wi-Fi or Bluetooth in your home. And more things now are requiring Bluetooth. Every one of my cameras, they require the Wi-Fi. Just a lot of the new electronic products do that. So you have to stay up with it. And how does that make, you know, there's some that might argue, oh, well, you're not really living country if you got all that stuff. Man, get with the times, okay? I'm living better country because of that stuff. I'm not running ragged, doing things that I could do from my phone. Does that make me lazy? No, because I'm out here doing other stuff, okay? You have to have a balance. Just because you got stuff on an app don't mean you can't get off your duff and go do some physical work. There's still plenty of that for me. I just seen yesterday, and I've got about a 75-foot pine tree over there, the biggest one on the property. And guess what? It's dead. It's dying. There's just a few more leaves or pine needles that are green, but I've seen it before. It's dying. So I know I've got a lot of work ahead of me to get that tree down, get it bucked up, get the wood dealt with. So that's, you know, there is always something else in the country that will keep you busy. So don't worry about how high tech will make you lazy, because it's not. You know, your land keeps you busy, or you just let it go to pot, and I'm not going to do that. Entertainment. You've got good internet, you've got the Wi-Fi, you can pull up about anything you want to watch on your TV. TVs do a lot more today. You can even surf the internet on your TV if you want, from the comfort of your chair. You can watch YouTube. You guys know a lot of this stuff already. But I'm making this video because I want you to know this is all still available, no matter where you live in the country. You can live in the middle of the desert, or you can live out in the forest like I do. You still have all these things available. You just have to do the homework and find it. Now Starlink is around. That has changed the game for a lot of people. Some of you take your political views, and you're not going to get Starlink because you don't like Elon Musk. Well, then you suffer. That's what I say. I don't give a crap whose political party does what? If they got if they've got a car that runs on air, and I don't like his politics, I don't care. I'm going to buy his car, okay? I don't care, because that's going to make my life easier. That's going to put money in my bank. I don't care what he does politically. Everybody's got to put politics right next to tech, you know. And you're going to be left behind. There's going to come a time where if you have not kept up, if you're still writing checks when you could be using a debit card, you're going to be left behind, because they're going to stop accepting them. And then you're going to be forced to, and then you're going to look like an idiot because you don't know how to use one. Same thing with tech. You just need to keep up with it. You start with the basics, work your way up. You might be a tech guru of the woods. People will come to you, so, you know, you're helping your neighbors. I don't know, man. But I embrace it. If you don't embrace tech, you know, you're going to be lost. And here, more and more, there's a lot of things now that you do online. You get your stickers for your tags on your vehicles. You can do all that, or you drive all the way to town, you stand in line, and you do it that way. It can save you a lot of time by knowing tech. It just isn't that hard to learn. Now, I will admit, when I bought this car, I'm a little intimidated by everything that's on it. So yesterday I pulled the manual in, and you know, it's going to take a while, okay? But I'm learning everything that's on it. It's not going to be driven that much. It really isn't. I've only drove it home the first day, went back to get my truck and drove it back, and I haven't drove it since. And it'll probably sit there till next week. It's just not something I'm going to... I bought that for long trips, you know, to town, which is a long trip, and appointments and things like that. But for the day-to-day things I do around here, I'm taking one of my trucks, because this morning I got to go get a feed for the chickens. I'm not taking that. I'm going to take my truck. But I need to keep up with the technology of it. There's things that go on with vehicles, washing machines, all appliances now. Pretty much Bluetooth, the ovens. You need to keep up with it. There's nothing wrong with knowing technology. It's given to us for a reason, and we should use it. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of arguing points over this, but that's fine. You give me reasons why you shouldn't embrace any kind of technology. And if you want to live with no technology, no internet, that's fine. That's your choice. I don't want to live like that. I can't, you know, I'm a YouTube guy, you know, I can't do that. I get cameras. I have to learn every camera that I buy. They're all Bluetooth. They're all Wi-Fi. I got microphones. They got to connect to this and that and connect to the cameras through Wi-Fi. There's no wires on this microphone. Everything is Wi-Fi. And you have to have it to be a YouTuber. If you do not, I guess you could be a YouTuber and just have a cell phone and drive to Walmart and upload it. Your videos are going to suck, you know. Maybe you could get away with it doing the type of videos I'm doing by talking, but your videos, you know, is that going to be fun? Driving there every day to upload a video, or every week when you upload your video and sitting in that parking lot in the heat? No. And you're running your vehicle because it's hot. You want to keep the air conditioning going. All you had to have was a little tech at your house, a little satellite dish about this big, Starlink. You got your tech. I guess I about covered it all. But like I said, if you miss out on tech, cell phones, I mean, even doctor's appointments now, they text you. Do you want to confirm an appointment? Yes. No. There have been times I've filled out things online, but I don't have to sit in the waiting room filling out paperwork. That makes it a lot easier when you go to the doctor appointment. It's, you know, okay. Yeah? You're high tech? Okay. Okay. I think that was a woodpecker. Yeah. They're high tech too, you know, Woody and the woodpecker and all that. All right, one more drink of coffee, and I think we're done here. I don't know if this video makes any sense. I have no idea. I never know until you guys watch it. Some of you tune in just for my coffee slurping. I know. Thanks for watching. Happy trail.